Governor of Borno State and shifting of the People's Democratic Party's Senator Ali Modu Sharif has suggested that Peter Obi, the Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate, might soon rejoin PDP to contest the 2027 presidential race. Senator Sharif quoted those he referred to as credible sources while making the claim during a TV interview in Lagos last week Monday that Peter Obi could be planning a return to PDP. He also shared his thoughts on the ongoing shifts within opposition ranks, pointing out that both former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi have their eyes set on the presidency. Speaking in the same vein, earlier in the week, a former Nigerian Minister of Information and Cooperation, Professor Gana, another shifting of the PDP, claimed that Peter Obi, who is a two-term governor of Anambra State, can, on the evidence of his electoral acceptability and credibility, easily defeat any candidate in any electoral contest in the northern part of the country. Now, this speaks to broader issues. One of the big questions I'll ask now is, okay, so we all knew this would happen at some point. We're screaming ADC and the coalition, but there's no way we're going to have two captains in a boat. You know, you cannot serve two masters at the same time. Now, with Atiku deciding that, okay, this is something that he would like, obviously Peter Obi, if at all, if he wants to be the president of this country, come 2027, will have to run under a completely different party. But then again, there's also Labour Party. What's going on within Labour Party? Where is Labour Party in this entire conversation? I think these are issues that, you know, highlight the major cracks within our current political parties within Nigeria.
Well, I mean, if I will have any word of advice to Mr. Peter Obi, I'll say to him, be careful. I'll come short of, you know, saying, Peter, don't go.
Peter, don't go. I don't know why we're laughing. It's so funny. He should stay where he is, right?
Well, I don't know where he wants to be.
That's the thing. Where does he want to be? Where is he? No one seems to be talking but him. You know, I think it would even be better if he actually says, this is exactly where I am and where I'm going to be. But at this point...
No, we shouldn't rush him to say anything.
Yeah.
He should take his time, you know, and weigh the options. What I'm trying to say is that I do not think that PDP will be a good option. Of course, it is an option. And what all this is looking like is that, like 2023, it will be a 3-year race. Simply as, you know, Ashwaju, of course, will run on the platform of the APC. It's almost likely that Atiku will get a ticket of the ADC if he chooses and decides to run. And it looks like he will run. And if Obi returns to PDP, you know, they're looking for a candidate.
So
you know what? I think, as you said here, this idea of a 3-horse race is something that I don't actually think might happen. Because one thing we've known about the ADC...
Who will not field a candidate?
No, one thing, the PDP has, essentially, you have PDP governors saying that they support Tinubu. We have PDP governors, for example, Osun State Governor Adeleke has already said he's going to support President Tinubu for 2027. We have ex-PDP governors who have now moved to the APC. We have 2 in Akwa Ibom and in Delta State. We also have members of the PDP, like former Ekiti State Governor Fayose, coming on stage and saying that he's going to back Tinubu even while wearing a PDP cap, right? We also have the kingmaker of the PDP, as they like to say, now that all the other big elephants have left the party. It's Nyesom Wike, right? And the minister of the FCT has clearly said he's going to back Tinubu in 2027 and is in fact a part of the Tinubu administration.
Those are all Southerners, by the way.
Those are all Southerners. And it's very important because what is Mr. Peter Obi? He's also a Southerner. He's the former governor of Anambra State in the southeast. But the ADC candidates, these bigwigs, as we've called them, whether it's Amechi, Rufai, Peter Obi, or Atiku, they all knew what they wanted before they came to the coalition. And I would have assumed, or I would hope, that before they decided to set up shop together, that they made some agreements or had some conversations. Amechi has come out to say that we will back whoever gets the ticket at the end of the day. Obviously, you know, it's always sweet to say until it's not the person you want, or it's not until it's not yourself who's running that ticket. But as you said, I'm laughing because if they manage to sway Peter Obi to go back to PDP, that seems like a poison challenge. That seems like a Trojan horse, that one.
The party is a damaged brand. I mean, let's face it.
That's damaged
the PDP.
Completely. There's no hope.
It's wrecked.
Yeah,
you know,
from the inside.
From the inside, you know, that's all Ricky, you know, has managed to do. And for Obi to go back to a party where Atiku and co couldn't survive, in quotes, that they had to leave the party for the man who championed how PDP should look, you know, like a wrecked, you know, train. I'm not sure. I mean, Obi and Wike are not necessarily, you know, bodies.
They're not pals.
They're not pals. If he's thinking that, oh, this is the this party came second in 2023 and is the major opposition party, then he will be rubbishing the movement that he created in 2023 without, basically without any governor apart from, Alex Otti and etc. Then he will be looking for the same structure that politicians will target. And my last word on that will be that he should remember that the forces, yes, his movement gained momentum and tried, but he should remember that the forces that pulled him out of the PDP in order to weaken the PDP and create a 3-horse race is still very formidable. They have succeeded in moving those who could create problems outside to the ADC. Getting Peter Obi back is to force what happened in 2023. If you have a 3-horse race in 2027, I can predict the winner. On this thing.
I also think that an important factor here to consider is the obedient movement. At some point in time, a lot of people would say Labour Party and the obedient movement were one and the same, but clearly that is not the case. The obedient movement is the obedient movement. And wherever Peter Obi decides to go, he is moving with the obedience movement. He's moving with a movement that saw an incredible amount of participation from the people in elections that we've seen in a while. Active participation, active voting. Whether or not their votes were able to count is another conversation entirely. So wherever he decides to go, he is going with that movement. And I would say that movement is still very, very, very strong. So time will tell. Time will tell.
Importantly, and because we always talk about this thing, we talk about 3-horse races. Our constitution has said 25% in how many states? 24 states? Spread is very important.
It's very important.
And when the president is consolidating his power in the south, I don't know how another southerner is going to manage that spread.
There's even the thinking that if you have a southern president seeking re-election, it is unlikely that he will be ousted by another southern candidate who may have the potential to spend 8 years. It will be tough. But this is politics. Let's see how it goes. All right, we move on. The Ebonyi State Governor, Francis Nwifuru, has suspended 85 government officials for failing to attend an official function. Those suspended include 25 commissioners, 14 senior special assistants, 24 special assistants, and 22 permanent secretaries. The governor, in a statement on Monday night by spokesperson Monday Uzo, said they were suspended for failing to attend an important government function. He stated that the affected officials would proceed on a 1-month working suspension without salary. According to the statement, the suspension takes immediate effect, and the suspended officials are barred from signing any official documents during the period. The commissioners were instructed to hand over to their respective permanent secretaries.
Wow.
Finally, we are hearing there's a bit of drama from Ebonyi. Nwifuru has now found his voice, because going to almost 2.5 years, I can't recall anything big that I can attribute to that governor. And I'm not saying this to bring him down. I'm just saying that anybody who will succeed Dave Umahi in Ebonyi State with, fair is fair, with all the things that Umahi managed to do in Ebonyi, that in 2 years you will hardly be able to recall his face, let alone what he has done. But here, all of a sudden on Monday nights, all over Tuesday, we're hearing that 85 people have been suspended. Commissioners, special assistant, permanent secretaries, commissioners that are expected to hand over to their permanent secretaries. The permanent secretaries are on suspension, themselves. It's an interesting development. Those who like the governor will say that that's how a leader is supposed to behave. Show leadership, show that you are strong, let them know you. But then isn't it self-indicting? That a whole 85 people in the entire gamut of Ebonyi State will miss an important event by the governor that the governor was attending. How did they coordinate the movement of commissioners in the Ebonyi State? Who is in charge? Is it the chief of staff in terms of, circulars that are meant to go out, so that the officers who are meant to be there will know that they are meant to be there? Even if you are going to have the entire cabinet of the state attending an event with the governor, how are they supposed to move? Everybody goes from their home or something. It looks to me like that's a cabinet, that's a government, for want of a better word, in disarray. If a governor is having an event that is considered to be that important, and nobody shows up, nobody to put anybody on notice to say, governor will be there, guy, you have to, move, then it shows that something is wrong. And it didn't just start today. So Nwifuru might have taken what looks like a strong man's decision, but then at the end of the day, how has he been running his government, for example? So let's see what happens. 1 month suspension.